Hi, welcome to AmateurLogic.tv episode 39. I'm George, and we've got a great show for you today. Last month I visited the National Association of Broadcasters Convention in Las Vegas, and I had my good friend Randy Hall, K7AGE, join me for hosting this special show. You all recognize this guy right here.
Hi,
Randy.
Hi, George.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good seeing you again.
We first met where?
At the Twit Studio Open House in
That's
August.
Right. Yeah.
You came out for that, and I came down from Grass Valley, and we sat down in the living room set, I think, and shot a few minutes. And
sure was, and I think I had my tripod crooked the whole thing.
Well, you probably haven't checked this one too closely either.
No, we haven't.
But we did check the audio, so we don't have buzz.
Right,
so.
Yeah. You could have just listened to 10 minutes of buzz here if we hadn't done that. Yeah, that was a big time out there. A great meetup, and we had known each other through the internet for quite some time. But first time we met, and when we knew we were coming out here this year, we naturally contacted each other first and said, let's do some video.
Yeah, so we've been passing over the last couple days, and George just helped me shoot some stuff in the Miranda booth where I work, so you'll see that soon.
Yeah, and tell them where that's going to be.
That'll be on my YouTube
stuff.
A lot of people have asked, what do I do during the day? So we took a tour of the booth here. I'm not working the show. I'm actually here on vacation, but I did go into work a little bit today.
Yeah. If they see you, they're going to pull you in for a little, huh?
So it was good.
Yeah. Well, we've had a big time and looking forward to a larger time tonight.
Oh, yes. This is a big thing. I don't know how many people. I know it's well over 1,000, if not two.
I don't know.
Bob would know.
Yeah, he would know. And they've got a lot of door prizes they're going to give away this year. And
I feel lucky.
Yeah, me too. I hope I'm eligible.
I think the only thing I've ever won here is one of those little MFJ clocks that you've gotten from MFJ for prizes for your things. So.
Well, I could have gave you one of those.
Well, if I don't win anything tonight, maybe.
Yeah, I won a Kenwood pen one year.
Wow.
That's all.
Well, I heard last year they had a $5,000 tower they gave away.
Really? Now that's what I need.
Yeah. And that probably includes shipping, the important part.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, putting a luggage tag on it and taking it over to Southwest here is probably
not going to work. No. Or have you ever seen so much ham in one room?
We need some eggs.
You were on Twirt this morning, weren't you?
On Twirt with Kurt. Yeah.
This Week in Radio Tech.
This Week in Radio Tech. Even though I do nothing about radio, but a lot of professional radio people broadcast or ham, so. I couldn't hear what was before me because you can't hear the audio over there until you get on the set and get the headphones on.
That's right, and then they're blasting, aren't they? They were really loud.
So we talked about my YouTube stuff and kind of technology and networking a little bit and port forwarding and all sorts of things. So it was just an interesting, nothing planned, just ad-lib talk. So.
Yeah, I was on there a little while this morning too, and y'all go download that. I'm not sure what the URL is, but it's at twit.tv, and you'll find This Week in Radio Tech with Kirk Harnack, a good friend I've known for a number of years, and a real nice guy, always an interesting show. You may not work in broadcasting, but I guarantee you'll see some stuff on there that would interest you.
It's just radio technology, and maybe it's not ham radio, but it's still broadcasting and kind of what their challenges are and such.
And the things they're talking about today will maybe be the things that are passed down into the ham radio community here one day.
Oh, the leftover transmitters from the AM stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd like
to go digital.
I'd love to have a nice solid-state kilowatt AM.
Yeah. Although it probably doesn't sound the same as,
well, some people would say.
833s, like, what was the fellow that had the amps there a couple weeks
Audio
ago?
Power Labs.
Audio Power Labs. Amazing.
Now, that was a setup. Now, he's going to be at Dayton this year, I believe.
Okay.
So I'll get a chance to visit with him a little again and maybe hear it for myself.
Well, I wonder what speakers,
I don't know.
You just don't go down to Radio Shack and hook speakers into his amps. No, it's not going to do it justice.
No. Probably your amp costs more than any speakers you could find to go with it, just about.
But you hear what the price is on those?
Yeah.
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 If you have to ask.
Yeah.
It's part of a house. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Or a whole house.
Or a whole house
Yeah.
in some areas.
Honey, don't you need to get up? Don't you need to get ready for the Amateur Logic Nets? Are you getting ready for the Amateur Logic Net?
It's time for the Amateur Logic Nets.
Well, George met with somebody today who we normally don't see.
Right. Well, we have seen him a
A
little
little
bit.
bit, but he's usually
He's in the background.
he's in the background
He's
helping
behind.
out Gordo.
Yeah. Some of you may know this guy right here. We've seen him around before. Say hello, Julian.
Hey George, how you doing? It's good to see you. Finally meet. This is the first time we've ever met.
You know, I feel like I've known you for a long time.
We've chatted a few times on Skype and for the show, but first time in person. So he's my hero. He's absolutely my hero.
Who else was here? Of course, we saw Leo.
Yeah.
We saw Kirk. We saw Julian,
There's
Hannah,
Bob, yeah.
Bob. Lynn, our producer, was here, as well as Alex, who does all the technical work.
And the fellow with the red hair.
Yeah, Chad.
Chad. Yeah.
Chad. You could see him from across the hall.
Well, if you shoot him with, ultraviolet light, does it glow in the dark? I wonder.
I think it just disappears.
Disappears.
I'm not sure.
Stranger yet.
Yeah. But a big meetup over there, and we really appreciate Leo and all the hosts on the shows that
We
are
miss
out
you,
here.
Leo.
Yes.
I mean, excuse me. I was thinking Gordon. We miss you, Gordon. We wish Gordon was here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure do. Well, we had our token Gordo here, and that's Julian.
Julian,
So,
yeah.
Randy, what have you seen out here this year that impressed you?
There's quite a bit going on with 4K. So this is a video format that's a much higher resolution, really not for television, but for film use. So it's a much higher resolution, have more pixels in line, more color depth. So it lends itself to taking and doing mastering for film, or a very high-end mastering then it can be re-released in multiple formats for different TV releases and such. So
Yeah.
people always want to produce in the highest resolution that they can afford. The JVC has a 4K camcorder for $5,000 with the lens, I think.
Wow. So you're going to start shooting your YouTube videos in 4K?
No. I don't have enough disk space.
Yeah, I don't have enough bandwidth to watch it either. So.
Right. I have nothing to watch it on, although there's
Yeah.
4K displays. But mainly it's for, there's a lot of 4K projector type stuff here too.
Yeah.
And actually there's a Sony camera that can actually record in 8K, but they don't have the playback system yet.
Wow.
So in a couple
That's-
years,
yeah.
they'll be able to use the footage that they've recorded.
I remember when CDs came out, I was living in Fort Myers, Florida, working for a TV station. We had a Society of Broadcast Engineers meeting, and these guys from Sony were there, and they had this little round, shiny disc, and they said, this will hold 90 minutes of audio. We're not sure exactly if we're going to put 2 or 3 albums on there or how we're going to distribute it yet. And then about 5 years later, here's CDs.
The story I heard is that there's a symphony piece that is 82 minutes long, and the CEO of Sony says that's going to fit on the disc,
Wow.
and that's what set the size.
That probably determined our bit rate, our sampling rate, and everything
size of
right
the disc.
there.
Yep.
Yep.
It's what he wanted to listen to at home. So.
Well, I was walking around here. I saw, a lot of neat television stuff. There's a little new radio stuff here, but in TV, man, LEDs are taking over, aren't they?
Oh, the LED lights are great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're small. They don't consume a lot of power, which is a big thing now in studios. They got to cut that power bill down any way possible. They don't generate a lot of heat, so you get a double savings.
Yeah,
it's not drawing a lot out of the wall, and you're not having the AC run as much. Mm-hmm. You can run them on batteries, all sizes and shapes and price ranges.
Yeah, and I guess the advanced camera technologies have helped some too, as they don't require quite as much light as we used to.
I've seen several guys with their professional camcorder with the little LED light assembly on the top, and it has a knob on the back, and they can run it up and down so they can make it match the rest. So they work great.
Yeah, there were a lot of new dollies and sliders and jibs.
The big cranes.
Yes.
Almost every TV show now has to have these sweeping camera shots just over and over again. So these are great big long booms that are guide. They can be a few feet out to 40 or 50 feet long. Some of them get really large.
Lots of neat stuff. Technology has really advanced the art of broadcasting.
And a lot of things here to enable people like us to produce some things. The whole TWiT system is based around the TriCaster. That's the core video production unit here. And
it's an amazing little device. I mean,
it does everything.
Yeah, it's not the quality that you'd see at a TV station normally for on the air, but for podcasters and field work and stuff, the price is not bad either.
Yeah.
And it does a lot. I don't see how they can cram that much in there.
I think a lot of it now is just straight software.
Really?
The processors in the computer can take and manipulate HD video in real time.
So how many processors do you think are in there?
It could be a couple,
Yeah, I guess. A couple
maybe
i7s.
Yeah. So, and so there's one in the TWiT booth. There were two on the outside wall in the lobby for the NAB broadcasting. Had two over there. Intel had a big display, and they used a big TriCaster in there for their production. There was a dealer with one on a shelf on the side. I spent some time with him going through that.
And we watched the meeting yesterday, Broadcast Minds.
Broadcast Minds, yeah.
That was sponsored by New Tech.
Yeah. And it was interesting there because a lot of these broadcasters, they're really fighting to keep your eyeballs on that screen. And one of the things that they're doing to do that is more live shows.
Yeah.
So the dance, the music, and all these things are live, so people don't watch it off their disc later. So it's the same type of thing as the sports. The sports are live, so people don't skip through the commercials. But the thing I learned last night now, they're talking about watching television as a two-screen experience. So you're watching the game or whatever, at the same time you got your laptop or your iPad watching the Facebook, the tweet feeds and things. So these broadcasters are really trying to figure out how to use this whole communication stream and to keep their viewers and increase it.
And engage them more.
Yeah, engage them more.
Yeah, media's changing, and I think for a long time broadcasters fought it, but now they're trying to embrace it because they can't stop it.
Right.
So it's a brave new world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Randy, we really appreciate you talking
George.
with us here,
and seeing you again.
And it's good to see you.
Yeah.
And
maybe we'll have the first anniversary TWiT Studio open house.
Maybe so.
That would be neat, because I think a lot's changed there since last August. I see now more of the empty spaces are filled.
Yeah.
So there's more stuff going on there. So
I think they've rearranged the ham shack a little. We've got to get Leo an antenna and get him on the air.
Okay, 73.
All right, 73.